Welcome to First Gen Diesel, and today we're going to interview my 24 valve second gen. So by request, I've been asked to do a video on the second gen, and I don't really work on her because she don't need to be worked on. She's a great truck. She is my work truck, so I don't do a bunch of hot rod mods or anything like that. I just need her to be a good, reliable truck, you know. So what you're looking at here is an 02 24 valve second gen Cummins. It's the SLT package, so you know it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. Basically bought as a work truck. It has the 6-speed and it pulls trailers like a dream. And as you can see, the body is in pretty darn good condition. All original paint, original wheels. Of course, it has the Nerf bars and the aftermarket bumper on the front, which were put on the truck when it was bought back in 02 by the original owner. And I have added these fender flares, the headache rack, and toolbox. My second gen, the mirrors are always out. I don't care whether you like it or not. You don't even have to comment. This truck has never seen a day in the garage unless it was having its oil changed. You can tell it's been out in the sun quite a bit by the faded clear coat. It still has all the silver paint still on it, but the clear coat itself is fading away, which I kind of like the way that looks. You know, gives it a mean look, especially from the front. It hasn't been lifted. It has the original suspension. I don't plan on doing the level kit or anything like that because I pull trailers with this truck quite often, and that levels it right at. I do like to run BF Goodrich tires. They're some of my favorite tires. I've used them quite a few times. They last a long time for me, and I put them through hell, I can tell you that. So the original owner put about 88,000 miles on it when I got this truck, and I have put quite a few miles on it working it. It now has 220,000 miles on it. I try not to beat it up too much. It does have towing rails mounted in the bed, so you can hook up a fifth wheel or a gooseneck trailer. It also has a drop-down hitch in the rear. I've got the 6-prong plug in the bed, and I've got the 7-prong plug down here along with the 5-prong. This truck sounds pretty aggressive. It's quite a bit louder than most stock exhaust systems. Sounds pretty good. This right here is pretty much the only ding that the truck has. So I've thought about taking this truck to a paintless dent repair just to get this little ding right here in the door taken out, which has been there since I got the truck. Doesn't bother me too bad. This truck gets lots of looks and lots of compliments from people. For sure, this was my first love for Cummins. The first Cummins diesel that I ever got to drive. All right, let's take a look inside. You can see the interior is in decent shape. Keep my Garmin in the ashtray. It is a 6-speed. It's got the original stereo in it. It has the cracked dash like most second gens. Cloth interior, and I keep the seat in the back up all the time to make room for my tools. So let's take a look up under the hood. It's not clean under here. Like I say, this is a work truck. It gets worked. Everything under the hood is pretty much original, except it has a Banks big head on the turbo. I have an AirDog 150 pump that mounts in the stock location. You can see that bad boy under there. It's a huge pump. And then you can see here that I've got the 1/2-inch fuel lines running from the pump to the pump. So it's got a blue chip diesel VP44 with a new computer on it. And one other thing I have done to modify this is I have routed the catch can back under here and underneath the cab right there. And what that does is it keeps oil from getting slung all over the engine, which is what happens with the old catch can system. So one other thing I've done is I've taken the silencer ring out of the turbo to get it to hear that turbo spool up, you know. So my future plans under the hood are to maybe put a cold air intake on there, and then I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna do anything else under the hood. And I plan on using a Smarty programmer. And one of the main reasons why I want to use that is because it has the on-the-fly diagnostic system. And it will give the truck a little more power, but not crazy amounts of power where I could hurt anything. Other plans for the truck is to build my own headache rack for this truck, and maybe get some new rails to put on the top here. The interior, I plan on putting a new dash in. So now you can buy a dash replacement for the top rather than a cap that just goes over the broken dash. And then my other plan is to put a nice stereo system in here. But other than that, I really love this truck the way it is. And I don't plan on changing much about it at all. Well, I was so busy this week I wasn't able to get a First Gen Friday in for you. Waiting for parts for old Bessie, and Gayla doesn't need anything right now. So I figured I'd go ahead and do the second gen interview per request, and I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, if you'd like to see your truck on my channel, send your pictures to myers.firstgen@gmail.com, and we'll see you next week on First Gen Diesel.